one can create images for social media graphics, presentation materials in a matter of minutes. What used to be done in the past through Photoshop that takes a long time can be done in a few minutes with just smart prompting. But the question is, why do some AI images don't look of good quality? And the answer is in the prompting. So for today's video, I'm going to walk through 3 tips on how to make a good AI image prompt. But before that, I'm going to show you some of the visuals I have been using that, as an output from AI image generation, which I do in my job. So this one is what you call a character sheet. I create this to establish consistency of characters for the visuals that I'm using. Now, this second slide shows you a scroll stopping image. This is what you call a double exposure. And to come up with these sort of images, you need to follow a certain template of image prompts. And this one is a visual I'm using for a restaurant business. As you can see, the character here is consistent. So normal AI image generation platforms have a built-in randomness, and it would require you some prompting techniques to establish character consistency. Now, why am I talking about AI prompt engineering in this YouTube channel? I always go back to this framework that I use for freelancers to establish their competitive advantage. So there are 3 components in the equation. The first one is what we call domain expertise. Domain expertise, this is something where you're good at. So it could be you're knowledgeable in fitness, or maybe your background is in design or in engineering. This is the expertise that you provide to your clients. The second piece of the equation is Lean Six Sigma. It provides you the systems thinking. It provides you the tools that help you address the challenges that you encounter with your customer. And the third piece of the equation is the AI tools that you can use to fast track your process. And when you combine these 3 together, domain expertise, Lean Six Sigma, and AI, you have a formidable combination that provides you that competitive advantage. And I'm establishing this series to talk more about how to be good in terms of image generation using AI. So this slide talks about why most AI images look bad. So the first one is a vague prompt. If you have a vague prompt, the AI will generate an image that's probably not aligned to how you envision that image to be. And the second one is not using lighting. So if you want to create an image that's scroll stopping or cinematic, you have to put lighting in the prompt that you are using. And another thing that makes AI images look bad if there is no structure. So there's a technique in terms of what components you have to put to get the image that you desire. All in all, AI images simply follow a simple rule, and this is encountered often in Lean Six Sigma. Y equals f of x. Now, do not be intimidated by this equation. This equation simply means that the output can be derived at by dealing with the inputs. Okay, so if the output that you would want is the image quality, the thing that you can address would be the quality of your prompt. Now, there are many image generation systems out there. I'm using ChatGPT. There is a component of randomness on this one, and this is something that you cannot control. But I think 80% of the inputs will be in the prompt, and this is something that you can be good at so that you are able to get the output that you would want. And I'm sharing here the 3 tips that can help you create better images. So the first one is being specific. So this is an example of a bad prompt. If you just put a man in a gym, the image generator will try to come up with the other instances that are in the components. By the way, the image generator now are getting better and better. So sometimes they supply what's readily available. But if there is an image that you would want to come out, you need to be more specific. So normally the three components would be the character, the specific action that the character is doing, and the environment. So instead of man in a gym, which is considered a bad prompt, a good prompt might look something like this: athletic man in boxing stance inside a gritty gym. And you can put here lighting and additional details, maybe sweat on skin, dramatic shadows. This component will make the image more this will make the image more attention grabbing. The second tip is to use lighting and camera. A good technique is to put what you call a rim light. So this creates depth to the image. Your character will stand out. Normally, the prompt that you can use is a rim light. So this is an example of an image. This fictional character seems to pop out because of the light in the background. And the last tip is to refine prompts like an engineer. So most often than not, the first image that you generate will probably be still not aligned with what you envision, and you can do some tweaks to that one. So I'll give an example. So in this case, I wanted to create a double image exposure of this character here in the gym. So the first image that it generated based on the prompt that I gave is already, I think, scroll stopping. Okay, you can see the contrast and the double exposure. But I wanted this character to be front facing, and I wanted it to stand out more. There's a contrast. So I made the background to be dark, and I wanted the character to face the audience, which I think was done in the second generation. However, if you look closely, there's an error here. If you can see that the character here has 2 watches. So I had to tweak the prompt to only show 1 watch. And that is the final image that you get to see on the right. Okay, so refine prompts like an engineer. So the future freelancer is someone who can master AI prompting, will be someone who can create visuals faster, prototype ideas instantly. Because if you are good in prompt, then the first generation of the image would more or less be aligned already to what you want. A good AI prompter will deliver higher quality work, and in so doing, they can charge more for their creative services. So I'm doing this series of videos to give tips on how to be how to improve in terms of image prompting. And from time to time, we'll be using Lean Six Sigma tools that will help you become an AI prompter as a freelancer. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.